Alright Wrexham fans, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button because we're bringing you the inside track on the Red Dragons every single week. 3 massive stories for you today. We've got academy updates that show the future's bright, Nathan Broadhead tearing it up for Wales, and then the big one, Wrexham's training ground dilemma and what it means for our championship campaign. Trust me, that last story is absolutely crucial. Let's dive in. Story 1, Academy Update. October was buzzing at the Academy and there's genuine excitement building around the youth setup. First off, we've got a new Academy manager. Gus Williams has come in from the FAW with over 20 years of experience in youth development and talent identification. That's the kind of appointment that shows Reynolds and McElhenney are serious about building something sustainable here. The under-18s at a mixed month, lost 2-1 to Mansfield in the Youth Alliance Cup, but bounced back with a proper professional performance against Chesterfield, won 1-0 at home thanks to a penalty from Sammy Cheswith. Composed finish there. But here's what I love. The club's gone beyond just football. They hosted parents and host families at Colliers Park for a nutrition workshop with club nutritionist Danny Webber. That attention to detail matters when you're trying to develop young players properly. Further down the age groups, the under-15s beat Bolton 2-0 in the Floodlit Cup before losing narrowly to Crewe. The under-14s got valuable experience against Leeds, Huddersfield and Walsall up at Canalside, and the under-13s hosted multiple round-robin tournaments at Darland with clubs like Port Vale and Salford. This is proper academy football, exposing these kids to different opposition, different challenges. The pathway from Darland to the racecourse is real, and appointments like Gus Williams show the club's committed to making it work. But that's not the only good news coming out of Wrexham this month. Story 2, Nathan Broadhead scoring for Wales. Nathan Broadhead is absolutely flying right now and Wales are reaping the benefits. The lad we brought back for a club record fee in the summer completed the scoring as Wales demolished North Macedonia 7-1 in Cardiff on Tuesday night. Came off the bench and finished the rout 2 minutes from time. That's Wales scoring 7 goals for the first time since 1978. Historic stuff. And this wasn't a one-off. Broadhead's now got 4 goals in 17 appearances for his country. He scored against Belgium in that 4-2 defeat back on October 13th, and he actually had the ball in the net against Liechtenstein too, only for it to be ruled out for offside after a VAR check. Gutting that, but Wales got the 1-0 win they needed. What I love about Broadhead is he's always been a goal scorer. Back-to-back promotions with Ipswich, including that jump straight to the Premier League. Now he's doing it for Wales, and when he returns to club duty, Phil Parkinson will be hoping that form translates to the racecourse. 3 goals in all competitions for Wrexham so far this season. Not bad, but we know he's got more in him. And with the championship being as brutal as it is, we need our attacking players firing on all cylinders. Speaking of the championship and what we need to compete at this level.
Right, this is it. The training ground question. And Michael Williamson's just given us the most honest answer we've had yet. Here's the situation. Wrexham are currently training at Colliers Park in Gresford, which is owned by the FAW. It's a brilliant facility, state-to-the-art pitches, proper surfaces similar to what we've got at the racecourse now, but it's not ours. And in the championship, where you're competing against clubs with established infrastructure, that matters. It really does. Williamson came out and said it plainly. They're still looking for land to build our own training complex, but it could take 3 to 5 years. 3 to 5 years. Let that sink in. Now, before anyone panics, let me explain why this timeline makes sense. Finding the right land is just a start. Then you need soil samples, master planning, feasibility studies. If you find something suitable, you negotiate a purchase or long-term lease. Then comes the development process, planning permission, construction, the works. This isn't FIFA career mode where you click a button and boom, training ground appears. This is real-world infrastructure development. But here's what it gets interesting. Williamson says Colliers Park could be the solution for the foreseeable future. The clubs worked with the FAW to invest in a second pitch, so now there are 2 hybrid surfaces there that match what we've got at the racecourse. That consistency matters for player development and match preparation. And Williamson's having conversations with the FAW about expanding Wrexham's access to Colliers over the next 3 to 5 years. He's pitching it as a win-win scenario. And honestly, he's got a point. Think about it from the FAW's perspective. Wrexham currently have 3 senior Wales internationals: Danny Ward, Nathan Broadhead and Kiefer Moore. The club's academy pipeline could produce more. Williamson name-dropped Harry Ashfield as a potential future Welsh international. If Wrexham are developing talent that benefits the national team, why wouldn't the FAW want to maintain that relationship? It's smart negotiating. Williamson's essentially saying, look, we're producing players for you, we're investing in your facilities, let's make this partnership work for everyone. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Wrexham are in the Championship now. We're competing against Birmingham, Huddersfield, Leeds potentially dropping down. These clubs have their own training grounds, their own infrastructure. When you're trying to attract quality signings, facilities matter. A player weighing up offers isn't just looking at wages and playing time. They're asking, what are the training facilities like? What's the environment? Is this club serious about progressing? Right now, Wrexham can show Colliers Park, which is genuinely impressive, but they can't say, this is ours, this is our vision. That could be a stumbling block in recruitment, especially if we're aiming for the Premier League within the next few years. And that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? Reynolds and McElhenney haven't come this far just to settle for Championship mid-table. They want Wrexham in the Premier League. To get there, to compete there, you need every advantage. Here's what nobody's really discussing yet. The 3 to 5 year timeline means if everything goes perfectly, we might have our own training ground by 2028 or 2030. By then, where do we expect Wrexham to be? Still in the Championship? Premier League? The facilities need to match the ambition. But I'll give credit where it's due. At least there's a plan. At least Williamson's being transparent about the challenges. Some clubs would have made grand promises and delivered nothing. Wrexham are being realistic while actively searching for solutions. The Colliers Park arrangement isn't ideal long-term, but short-term, it works. The pitches are excellent, the facilities are solid, and if the FAW relationship strengthens, we could have even better access. My take? This is pragmatic. Would I love to see Wrexham announce they've found land for a world-class training complex tomorrow? Absolutely. But I'd rather have this honest timeline than false promises. The key is what happens next. Wrexham need to keep performing on the pitch to justify continued investment. If we're pushing for the playoffs or automatic promotion, that training ground project accelerates. If we're struggling, priorities might shift. And that's the reality of where we are. Still climbing, still building, still proving we belong at this level. So there you have it. Gus Williams building the academy for the future, Broadhead banging them in for Wales, and the training ground situation that's going to define the next phase of this incredible journey. Here's my prediction. Wrexham stay at Colliers for the next few years, the relationship with the FAW strengthens, and by 2028, we've got our own facility ready just as we're knocking on the Premier League door. That's the timeline. But I want to know what you think. Are you confident in this plan? Or should the Hollywood owners be pushing harder for our own training ground right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Come on, you Reds.